Merry Crackmas, motherfuckers, and welcome to another Good Kraken podcast, episode 73. I am one of your hosts, Ernell Pearson, alongside the 5-star man, Devin Stanford. How you doing, baby?
Doing good. How about you, man?
Oh, I'm just fixing my my good old goth daddy Santa hat, or as one would say, bad Santa.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, we just out here, dog. It's Crackmas season, Devin. It's Crackmas season, my boy. Like we're here for
Crackmas.
We're here for the celebrations. We're here for the holiday. What's your coffee cup say? Let me see that one more time.
It says "Eat, Sleep, Guitar." My grandma got it for me.
That is extremely adorable. That is extremely adorable.
And it is a great coffee mug. It holds an adequate amount of liquid.
Duh.
It has a good handle.
Yes, it does. It does. And
it sits evenly on my desk.
And it even brought our boy Larry back into the chat. What's happening, Larry, dude?
Larry,
you get a hype 3. You get a hype 3, Larry, in the chat. I hope you're doing good, baby. We haven't seen you in a while. We hope you've been living some life. Hope you've been kicking ass over there, dude. Devin, how has your week been? Are you stoked for Crackmas, my guy?
Dude, so much that I've fallen into the gaming holiday season, as it were.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I'll talk more about it later, but man, Guardians of the Galaxy should have been in the Game of the Year list for the Game Awards. Let's just say that.
It's a question. Did Guardians of the Galaxy get snubbed? Maybe.
Yeah.
They maybe got
absolutely.
snubbed. I mean, did Returnal get snubbed? There's some conversation. Returnal maybe have gotten snubbed. Did I get snubbed as Content Creator of the Year? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Listen, when the day comes that either of us get Content Creator of the Year, if you ever got put up for that, I just hope you know I would be blasting that shit everywhere. I'd be like, my boy got fucking nominated for Content Creator of the Year. I swear to God, damn, I would go off for you, King.
That would never happen.
I mean, it could. You don't fucking know. It could totally fucking could. You know what I mean? If someone like Greg Miller can get Content Creator, no, I'm joking. He well deserved that award. He very much deserved that award.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he started a company and has a really big base and hosted E3.
He did amazing things. You know, like neither of us fucking scrubs deserve an award like that.
I mean, he already worked at IGN before that. Already ran a podcast for them. You know,
he's doing great things. He's doing great things. I just got
he's a seasoned creator.
A seasoned creator, yes. I just got my black Santa hat. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need.
Yeah.
Just like we are all you guys need, because today we're talking It Takes Two for Take Two to Take Two from It Takes Two. PlayStation finally coming around, the final breath of theaters, and much more, because this is the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m. If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to patreon.com/goodkrakenshow, where you can submit questions and topics to the show. You can get exclusive post-show content, and you can have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services across the 7 seas. Give him a yarg, Devin. Yarg, baby, let's go. However, if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/goodkrakenshow. If you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime, and we would love for you to give that to us to help keep us pushing content out for all of you listening and or watching at home. But you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, by clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. Devin!
Ernell.
We have some captain's orders, my friends. Guys, please do not forget, we are doing a live reaction to the 2021 Game Awards. That is next Thursday. We will be going live here at twitch.tv/goodkrakenshow right around 4:45. We are going to be hanging out for a few minutes prior to the show getting started, and then we're going to be going through the entire Game Awards presentation with you guys. So please come in, hang out with us, watch Game Awards with us. It's going to be a fucking good time. We're really, really excited for this. It's going to be like one of the more joyous parts of this year. Larry going off in the chat. Larry, we love you, dude. We love you, dude. A reminder for everybody, too. We do now have channel points and some sub badges. I'm still getting the last couple figured out, and we're going to be getting more emotes here pretty soon. We're trying to award you guys that have been here with us on Twitch since day one, give you guys some love, give you guys some flair and some vanity stuff that you guys can have as rewards to you guys for supporting us throughout this entire year. We're now in December. We want to give love back to you guys as much as we possibly can. So Larry says my nominations are in and I am ready to watch. Let's fucking go. Larry, let's go. And actually, Larry, come back in on Tuesday. We're going to talk about this in our schedule thing later on, but come back to us on Tuesday night at 7. We're doing our official Game Awards predictions, who we think is going to win. Tuesday, we'll talk about who we want to win. Okay, Kraken's choices will be there. Have that discussion with us. We love you, Larry. We love you, baby. Devin, what do we got next, my guy?
Got some little waves.
Little waves. Let's fucking do it, my dude. Devin, what's
all right, guys? So this is where we have some news stories that weren't quite headlining topics that we wanted to really go in depth on, but we thought they were important enough to at least mention. So starting out with this, Halo Infinite dev says it anticipated cheaters and is committed to taking action. So the community manager, John Junisk, tweeted, "Let's talk about cheating. Unfortunately, cheating is a natural part of supporting a free-to-play PC game, and it's one that we anticipated. It'll never go away entirely, but we're prepared and committed to releasing consistent improvements to our game systems and taking action on bad actors," end quote. Yeah,
very much.
Yeah.
What's happening, Vandal? What's happening, dude?
Welcome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they knew. It's Halo. I'm sure they fucking knew. Like, we're gonna get some cheaters. We're gonna get some people acting fucking fools in this free to play game. Like, the cheating thing, we've run into it a lot. We've been playing a lot of Halo, Devin. You even more so than me.
Yeah.
And there's been some cheaters. We ran into some people that very obviously are hacking like fucking crazy. Dudes that if you can't kill them, there's no fucking way that they're not fucking cheating, right? Because you're just out here shooting people in the fucking face left and right. But I mean, it's a natural progression, right? Game comes out, they have to take care of things in steps.
Yeah. Dude, I've played like 170 matches already. I was looking at my service record.
It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. Halo's a good game. Halo's a good game. You know, and
it's good. It's good. I enjoy it a lot.
Every piece of confidence that they'll get this stuff taken care of. So be patient, guys. Like, I'm sure you've been running into cheaters, but be patient, guys. Be patient.
Yeah, it's not as bad as Call of Duty, though. I will say that it's not as bad as Call of Duty. It's way more cheaters than Call of Duty.
I mean, Call of Duty is dumpster fire rolling down the street. Let's go. Anyways. Dude, okay, I need to tell you this really fast before I continue on. The other day, so my nephew and my daughter go to the same school, and the other day we actually dropped off our kids at the exact same time, and so my sister was like, "Oh, they can say hi to each other really quick." Zayden, my nephew, he goes, "Hi, Arwen." And my daughter's like, "Hi, Zayden." He was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "Oh, nothing." And he goes, "Oh, that's right," and then dabs on her, and then she fucking dabs in reply. And I was like, you guys have a secret handshake is what you're fucking telling me right now? You guys have a secret handshake and it is you two dabbing at each other. That's what's happening right now. I fucking hate it so much, but hey, power to them. I guess they have a secret handshake. You and I don't even have a secret handshake. Ours is fuck you. That's our secret handshake.
Give it like 2 years. They'll walk up to each other. They'll be like, "Sup, dude?"
Sup, dude? It's gonna be great, dude. I'm here for it.
Vandal's like, dabs aren't a thing anymore. The fuck?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, these kids are fucking late in the game. God damn, dude. Like, they're over here still flossing. Like, Fortnite's still fucking relevant. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Devin? I'm just.
So, speaking of things that are relevant, Rockstar delays GTA Trilogy Physical Edition release dates. So, while the change now means that the game will release on Xbox consoles and PS4 on December 17th, a 10-day delay, it's worse news for Switch fans, where the game now won't be available physically until 2022.
Ouch.
To let me tell you something, Switch fans. This trilogy is not worth it. It ain't it.
No, dog.
It ain't it.
It's been running into so many problems. Like there was another article like earlier, like this week, like I think it was like Monday or Tuesday. I saw that was talking about how the like Rockstar sort of like exposed themselves like the other day, like basically showing that like this GTA trilogy used the same base models and like coding from the GTA mobile. And like because of such, they're now having to backtrack and stack upon like what they were building on that. They released a mobile game on consoles. Devin.
For $60.
For $60 fucking dollars, they released 3 mobile games onto consoles. And as Lock and Load says in chat, oof is fucking right, dog. It is right. Oh my lord, this is
ridiculous.
It's coming from the guys that have fucking created Red Dead Redemption. I cannot believe that they're making a decision like this. I can't believe it.
Isn't it like a new development team too?
Yes, dog. I digress.
yeah. But you know it doesn't suck. Spider-Man No Way Home pre-sales are the biggest since Avengers Endgame. It beat out films like Avengers Infinity War. It beat out Far From Home. It beat out The Last Jedi, Rogue One, and even the Rise of Skywalker.
Dog, it beat Black Widow's entire first day sales
in 2 hours.
Dog, I can't, like, this movie's gonna be so fucking hyped, Devin. I'm so excited to see this fucking movie.
I'm big excited.
Next Friday.
It's gonna be
next
so
Friday,
good,
baby. Let's fucking go. Wait, is it next Friday? No,
dude,
it's not.
No, it's 2 weeks.
It's for 2 weeks. 2 Fridays. 2 Fridays.
Oh, Devin, you know, side note. You want to know what's gonna be nice about that?
What?
Those 2 Fridays? You'll see me rolling up in my new car.
They see me rolling in my new car. Guys, in chat, please tell, are you guys seeing Spider-Man? Did you guys get your hands on tickets? It took me 4 hours to get fucking tickets. Please let us know if you guys got tickets for Spider-Man. I want to see which one of you guys we can have on our review show the entire time. We're going to be doing a review of it, obviously, because that's just what we fucking do. Well, we're gonna mostly do like almost the entire thing, just spoiler free, so we don't want to ruin it for anyone. Like, Vandal said it's the pirate's life for me. Yark to that, baby. I love that for you, Vandal. Anyways, continue on, Devin.
Ooh,
Griff, my Kiwi, bro. My Kiwi, baby. Yeah, tickets are easy to get in Australia. Yeah, Flesh.
Oksana calls from. When did this command come up? Wait, what? Where did this command
listen,
come
I
from?
need you to not question things. I need you to not question. Me and Vandal are on. Griff, no, I did call you Kiwi. I'm sorry, baby. I got you mixed up. I'm sorry. You're my baby. You're my baby. All right, you're my baby. Vandal and I made this one. I think it was during
4 a.m. talks with Ernell.
Yeah, I think it was there was some piece of content we did, and he was like demanding we make a fucking command for this, and I was like, bet.
Okay.
Bet. Let's do it.
All right. You know what's dope? U.S. Congress bill could be used to ban console scalper bots. So the Stopping Grinch Bots Act would, in writing, enforce these new rules to, quote, prohibit manipulative technical practices that allow bad actors to use bots to circumvent control measures designed to protect real customers, end quote. Lots of big words. Make it an illegal federal trade commission violation to circumvent security measures, access control systems, or other technological control measures on a site or online service. Yeah. Fuck you, scalpers.
Fuck you, scalpers. Listen, I mean, it's about time, right?
If you want, I can you know, backhand Ernell for you. I see what you did.
Yeah, no, it's the
just fucking
so the this is a fucking about time, dude. Like, it's about time they fucking step in and get this fucking taken care of, because it's like, No, Griff, I'm a fucking Kiwi. All right, okay. All right, Griff. All right, Griff. No, it's true though. Like, because now me and Griff are gonna have the dynamic of an actual Kiwi and an Aussie, and it's gonna be a fucking good time. It's gonna be a fucking good time, and I hope you're ready for that. I hope you're ready for that. We love you, Griff.
What's
We
that?
love
What's
you,
that?
baby. We
What's
love you,
that
Griff.
episode of Flight of the Conchords? With the
Okay,
Australian
all right. Let's. You got to bring up the flight. Okay, all right. Anyways, the scalper thing has been such a fucking issue. I'm honestly extremely surprised that it took them this fucking long. Like, I mean, like you remember like Nvidia, they came out with a GPU just so that they can combat fucking miners, like crypto miners.
Yep.
Because that's been an issue too, and it's like it's coming in steps. I just wish they would have capitalized on this sooner. Like, this is not the first year that this has been a problem. Scalpers have been an issue for the past fucking like 8 years, dog. Like, heavily an issue. And even go ahead.
Been hard. It's always been hard to get new consoles release, regardless of there being scalpers or not. And same with GPUs. You know, this by far has been the worst it's ever been. In my opinion.
Yeah. And I mean, granted, that's also because of the pandemic and like having materials be shortaged on. Like, there's lots of layers to this, but like, fucking thank God they're finally doing something about it. You know what I mean?
And there's people even scalping Spider-Man No Way Home tickets.
That's
like, it's ridiculous,
it's fucking, dude.
dog.
It's insanity.
Like,
it's insanity.
I saw it in some areas they were reaching like $1,100 for a ticket to go see.
There was one for $25,000 at one point.
What?
Yeah, dog. It's it's disgusting, right? Like,
yeah,
whatever, dog. Whatever, dude. I'm over it.
So, good news though. Halo Infinite is going to add 3 more PvP modes before the end of the year. They're planning to release more playlists and PvP modes for Halo Infinite by the end of the year. These modes include Fiesta, Tactical Slayer, aka SWAT, and Free For All. However, they won't arrive in time for Halo Infinite's official campaign launch date of December 8th. Now, my only thing, it's been a reoccurring theme this year. Are games coming out without previous content that's in every other game and has been in every other game at launch, but games coming out without content that they've had. Like, Battlefield 2042 doesn't even have in-game chat. Like, you can't even voice talk in 2042.
Yeah, not even like party
without
spot.
being in Discord or a PSN party or an Xbox Live party.
Yeah.
You can't even chat with people. Game modes are just entirely like missing now. You know, like, they're launching games with only like a few options, where, like, you know, Battlefield used to have like 6 to 8 modes when it would launch. Halo would have like 15 different playlists, you know? Yeah. And like Forge mode and stuff like that. And I don't even know the state of Call of Duty. I just heard it's really bad. I didn't even pick up Vanguard. But it's just ridiculous to me. And like, I've been up to bat for Halo a lot because I'll be like, oh, this is technically a beta. We'll get the full release on December 8th. Well, this was just the fucking final drop in the bucket for me to make me turn my head a little bit and just be like, really? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, granted, like, the thing is too, guys, we have to remember that, like, the pandemic changed a lot of shit. It changed a lot of shit. And we know that, like, it's there was a lot of variables that came into like games coming out this year, and I can see a situation where like 343 specifically trying to release Halo in a state that it is in was very much dictated by the idea that they were wanting to put out a game that is extremely anticipated, and people have been waiting already a really long time for this because they delayed it. Remember, they delayed this fucking game a number of fucking times, and so it's like, I think they're trying to roll it out in a way that's like, we can still appease our audience, we can make them happy to an extent, and we can roll out some more things as we go, because I think a big part of Halo Infinite's multiplayer specifically is they're wanting to treat it as a free-to-play multiplayer. They saw the realm at which other free-to-play multiplayer games are playing at, and they wanted to play in that state too. And I think the campaign thing is a completely different discussion. Obviously, we talked about that before. It's like, that is very dependent on the pandemic and how that changed things in the game industry. Something like this, though, I can see them wanting to have had made sure that they're rolling things like Fiesta, SWAT, and Free for All for like online like servers and stuff rather than just custom matches. I can see them wanting to roll that out a little bit more slowly because you want to make sure that it's going to function the way they want it to function. And that's fine. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, if they need to like slow things down in servers and stuff by rolling out game modes a little bit slowly, I'd rather have that and have servers work and have the good multiplayer experience that we've been having rather than them throw all of it our way and then nothing works the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I'm just slightly frustrated longtime Halo fan that's played every single one,
No, I get it. And obviously you're not even that frustrated. Like, you're very happy with this game.
But like, to say that by the end of the year the game will include Fiesta when it already has had Fiesta as an event pre-launch.
Yeah.
When it's already in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, and the thing is, too, I don't want to speak on it too deeply because obviously we're not game developers. Like, we don't know what that flip side of that conversation is. But I mean, like, I'm sure there's reasons. And 343's already, they've given us a great multiplayer experience. Whether or not you guys in the chat or people at home, listening at home, audio, video watchers or whatever, don't or do like Halo Infinite's multiplayer, there's something good here. And we've experienced that for the past few weeks since they shadow dropped this fucking beta out of fucking nowhere. We've experienced that. We enjoy the game to an extent, one way or another. I just think it's going to be a slow build into what they're wanting to do with it. And that's fine. That's fine. Griff in the chat says in-game voice chat for Battlefield, I believe is what he means, is a choice to combat cyberbullying and abuse. Only having text chat means that there's always a log, which makes sense. That makes sense. I didn't think about that, Griff. That's a good point. That's a good point. Later says the fact co-op isn't day one is wild to me. Goddamn. That is a wild decision. But you know what? We'll get there in a bit. I think that is all of our little waves, right, Devin?
Yeah. That is everything.
All right, my boys. Well, we are going to move into the Helm. The Helm. Let's go. The Helm is our main news segment, guys. We got 3 stories here for all of you to talk about. First up, we have Joseph Fares' game, It Takes Two, is hit with claim from Take-Two Interactive. This comes from George Yang over at IGN, and it reads like this. Grand Theft Auto parent company Take-Two Interactive has hit Hazelight Studios' game, It Takes Two, with a trademark claim. Records indicate that Hazelight has seemingly been forced to abandon ownership of the game's name. In a statement to Eurogamer, a Hazelight spokesperson told the outlet that the studio cannot comment on ongoing disputes, but hopes that the situation will be resolved. Take-Two has also been filing trademark claims for names that include words like Rockstar, Social Club, Mafia, and Civilization. These words all have connections to the products or services that Take-Two owns, such as Rockstar Games, Rockstar Social Club, and the Mafia franchise. Not only is Hazelight affected, but other businesses unrelated to the games industry are as well. A clothing brand called Max Fane has been included in Take-Two's trademark claims, presumably due to its closeness to the studio's Max Payne franchise. Who fucking cares about Max Payne? Anyways, an axe throwing company in Florida called Rockstar Axe Throwing is trying to oppose Take-Two's trademark claim too, while a music book brand called Think Like a Rockstar has abandoned its trademark following Take-Two's claim. Jesus Christ. You can see that companies have chosen, or some companies, have chosen to simply abandon the trademarks instead of fighting a company as big as Take-Two, as it is trying to extend the claimings. Virtual Legalities, Richard Hogue says, quote, you can start to see applicants what the fuck is this world? This word. I think
What is this world?
What is this world and this word? Peremptorily. That's a word. Okay, limit their own.
Sure, it was supposed to be
preemptively. I'm assuming, yeah. Limit their own applications to try to avoid getting extended out, as well as plenty of folks with legitimate applications simply choosing not to fight by defaulting on the opposition. End quote. In terms of It Takes Two, Hogue says that since it isn't a company name and the phrase is commonly used in goods and services everywhere, quote, I would suspect that they simply wind up getting untrademarked and relying on copyright, end quote, Hogue explains. Take Two has been on something of a legal kick lately, such as suing reverse engineered GTA 3 and Vice City creators as well as GTA modders. It Takes Two creator Joseph Fares made a name for himself with an outspoken appearance at the 2018 Game Awards. Perhaps he might have a similar attitude next week during the Game Awards 2021, where It Takes Two is up for Best Game among other nominations. Devin, what's this doing for you, my dude?
It kind of pisses me off, honestly. Like the whole like trying to trademark, like for one, trying to trademark the word Rockstar, like, and not let other people use it. Like, get the as someone from the music community, and granted, I have a very small footprint in it.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Rockstar.
Yeah. Fuck you, Rockstar.
Fuck you.
Seriously.
Like, seriously, you are pulling some Activision shit right here. And I ain't here for it.
It's absurd.
Like so, if this is the way that Rockstar is going to be moving forward, then I'm not going to buy your games anymore. Fuck you.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's ridiculous. Like Vandal says, this sounds just like Paris Hilton trying to copyright Hot, and Griff says what Take Two has done is every indie game dev's nightmare. Like it's just absurd because like now it's not like it explained. It's not even just other video games. It's other just businesses. Like small businesses that they're going after because of a fucking word that's being used in their business name. That's insanity to me.
They're just trying to make as much fucking money as they can. That's all they're doing. They're just money grabbing. And like, if any indication of like, if that doesn't show you that they're just money grabbing and they don't really care about like the art behind making video games, it's the fact that Grand Theft Auto 5 came out like almost 9 years ago, and they're still pushing that game as an online service.
I mean, it makes the money. It makes the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess I can't really blame them. My thing here, though, is I made the boo-boo dumbass mistake of not digging into the article at first. And so my initial thought was they're only doing this because It Takes Two is up for Game of the Year. And they're wanting to like get their grub for that. I didn't realize that they put an entire cease and desist fucking ordeal on like 18 fucking different businesses, which is arguably even worse than what I suspected at first. Because at first I thought it was just like, oh, they're just coming after It Takes Two because name stuff, they want their money because they're gonna make a bunch of fucking money off It Takes Two because they're Game of the Year nominee now, all this other stuff. This is just them being like, you're using words that we use, give us money for it, or fall down to a copyright claim instead. And it's just, I don't understand corporate companies sometimes, Devin. I really don't fucking understand it. Like, anyways.
there's a SoCal News radio station called Take Two as well.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Vandal says we're wearing the same shirt. Take it off. Which one of us? Which one of us, Vandal? Which one of us is wearing the same shirt? I'm down for this. I'm down for this. Anyways, Devin, go ahead and take our second story, my friend.
Absolutely. So, we got some exciting news this week. PlayStation is planning an Xbox Game Pass style subscription service, and this comes from Ian Walker over at Kotaku. Sony is finalizing a new PlayStation subscription meant to give the platform its own Xbox Game Pass service that's tentatively scheduled to launch next spring, Bloomberg reports. The current plan is apparently to combine PlayStation's cloud-based gaming service, PlayStation Now, with the monthly free game offerings of PlayStation Plus, phasing out the former in favor of the latter's more prominent branding. According to the internal Sony documents seen by Bloomberg, the monthly fee to this new subscription, codenamed Spartacus, will provide players with unlimited access to library in both modern and classic PlayStation games. Much like Xbox Game Pass, the Spartacus subscription will also come in various flavors depending on how much users are willing to spend. The cheapest tier should look a lot like the current PlayStation Plus service. The second tier will add PlayStation 4 and eventually PlayStation 5 games, and the third tier will offer extended demos and game streaming, as well as PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and even PlayStation Portable libraries. Yay, PSP shouts. Um, Spartacus is also expected to be available on both the PS4 and PS5, meaning folks who still haven't been able to secure Sony's hard-to-find next-gen console won't be left out in the cold. Armchair analysis about timing aside, this is a no-brainer for Sony. Xbox Game Pass, which first launched in 2017, is the single best thing Microsoft's video game division has produced in decades, attracting more than 18 million subscribers with its Netflix-style approach to gaming, with a much greater existing install base across console generations and an obvious hunger for the kind of subscription model. Spartacus is sure to be a hit if Sony approaches its PlayStation plan with the same fervor. I'm guessing that's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
No, it's fervor. Yeah, fervor.
I want to say flavor. Is
Same
Microsoft
flavor.
as Microsoft and Xbox. And honestly, every major company in this industry should be giving us more ways to legally play classic games at a reasonable price. Absolutely.
Devin, we've talked about this all fucking year, my dude. Competition breeds innovation.
Yep.
We talked about this before. PlayStation needed to do something. They needed to do something. They're gonna bite the bullet. They're gonna take the ass kick in this generation, and then they'll be able to do some catching up late into this gen. They had to fucking do this, dude. They had to do this.
I mean, this is exactly like what happened to Microsoft last gen, except PlayStation has at least had some good games at launch.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this too with the PlayStation PC division studios that they trademarked and branded and everything.
Yeah.
It's about time, and I have a feeling it's going to be a long time before I'll be able to find a PS5 reasonably.
Yeah.
So I'm just hoping within the next year, my computer is just my PS5.
Yeah, I mean, like we can only hope, dude. I mean, like if PlayStation plays their cards right and does really commit to doing what Game Pass is doing, but on the PlayStation side of things, they have a chance to compete. They have a chance to be consumer friendly, and that's just what we want from them.
If they make it available on PC, I will subscribe to it day one.
Day one. Period. Yep. I'll get their ultimate version, whatever it is. I'll happily get that, especially with my plans to get a PS5 in January when it's a little bit more readily available. Like, I'll happily fucking do that, dude.
That's
like
if a little bit.
Of course.
Yeah. No, let's see. Hopefully this bill passes where they can get rid of bot scalpers. You know what I mean?
Amen.
Then it'll be easier to get PS5, and then it'll be hard for scalpers to sell the PS5s. And then what'll happen is they'll be selling them for like $400 or $450, and then that's when you grab a PS5.
It's $50 off.
Because they're gonna be like, no, just take this off my hands.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because they're selling them in the stores, no problem. Yeah, no, this is just good news, man. I hope to see this have some compatibility with PC, moving forward. Since like we mentioned, the trademark. And it'd be really cool to start doing that. Like they're already putting out some of their beloved series on PC. So I feel like we're 50-50 at this point, right? Whether it's going to happen on PC or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is just what we've been asking for. It really is.
Yeah, I mean, it was inevitable to come. It was inevitable to come. Just like inevitability, Square Enix warns players that servers might struggle with Final Fantasy XIV's next big expansion. We're running over to Ash Parrish over at The Verge, and he says this. With Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker launching in early access this week and officially on December 7th, Square Enix is warning players that they might face the longest login queues and wait times the game has ever seen. Oh boy. In a blog post, Square Enix stated that while it has optimized servers in anticipation of heavy traffic, the global chip shortage has prevented the addition of new servers that would help alleviate congestion problems. As such, players can expect to wait longer than normal to log into game servers, visit new Endwalker-specific areas, and experience instance content like duties. Square Enix also offered tips that players can use to ensure their Endwalker experience is the best it can be. If players are experiencing higher login queues for their home server, they can choose to temporarily play on another, less crowded server within their data center. Also, since new character creation is disabled for congested worlds, Square Enix suggested players interested in making new characters create them now before the Endwalker rush or during off hours post launch. Interest in Final Fantasy XIV reached an all-time high this summer, aided by an exodus of dissatisfied World of Warcraft players, popular streamers giving the MMO airtime, and a clever meme extolling the virtues of Final Fantasy XIV's free trial. Even with Square Enix beefing up their existing servers and delaying the game by 2 weeks to ensure stability, Endwalker is shaping up to be the biggest launch in Final Fantasy XIV history. Boy.
It's worth it. It's worth it. It's fucking worth it.
Yeah.
I as an FF14 player, I'd say it's worth it. I'm gonna be a little late to this expansion. I'm gonna try and wait out this big hubbubaloo rush, for the first month or two, and then I'm gonna get back into it. I also started playing ESO recently, and I like it. It was good. It was a good way to get me off of Skyrim and get to some new content there.
Yeah.
Dude, for Black Friday, I got the whole collector's pack for $26 with all the expansions.
Yes, you did. Yeah, no, as far as this is concerned, I mean, like, we're not surprised. And Endwalker's been a massive talking point this entire year. This entire fucking year, dude. Like, Final Fantasy XIV has been come up after come up after come up, audience after audience. Like, it's been insane to see their growth this year.
Yeah, what's crazy? They've had better trailers and teasers and cinematics for FF14 they've shown this year than they've shown for the Final Fantasy prequel. What is that called again? Chaos.
Paradise, whatever.
Origins. Yeah. Origins Paradise, as well as Final Fantasy 16. I want to see more about Final Fantasy 16 though, because a lot of the team members are from Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah. Mike in the chat says, "Rip the chip shortage." I got debated on Black Friday. Picked up the new light DLC pack for Destiny, but it doesn't include the most recent season, so I can't really play anything.
Oh wow!
You need Xbox Game Pass, my guy.
Yeah,
you need Game Pass.
Game Pass is the way. So, thing about Destiny 2, all existing content and future content is free on Xbox Game Pass.
Yep. There you go, Mike.
On PC and console.
I just play on PC. Oh no, it's free on PC too.
Yeah, Game Pass PC.
Yeah, because Game Pass has a PC suite and a console suite, and a lot of things on it actually function on both. Especially Destiny, because it's cross save now. So there you go, Mike. We're looking out for you, baby.
The only things you have to buy are the season pass on there, but you don't have to buy any DLC anymore.
There you go, Mike. We love you, baby. We love you, dog. Thank you for being here, by the way. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but Final Fantasy 14 game's amazing. It deserves all the hype it gets. It is known. The Shadowbringers expansion is known as one of the best Final Fantasy stories ever to be released, and I've heard that from multiple people. As one as notable as the Jason Schreier from Blueberg, but.
I mean, Jason Schreier out here just giving us some fucking info. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ernell.
What's up?
I don't really care what Jason Schreier talks about, what he has in his hands. But can you tell me what's in your hands?
Oh, my hands are on the deck, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Guys, Hands on Deck is our hands-on seminar. We talk a little bit about some games we've been playing, some shows or movies we've been watching, and we try to pitch one or two of them to you guys at home to try to see if you guys would be interested in, try to have a good time, some entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Devin, what have you been playing or watching? Let's do two today. We have time for two.
Yeah. So I will start with my small one.
Okay.
And I came across a new show on Netflix called Super Crooks.
Super Crooks. Okay, what is that?
Yes.
What is that?
It is an anime about a world of people with superpowers. Granted, of course, I find something like this right after watching My Hero, you
Jesus
know,
Christ. Jesus Christ.
but it focuses on the villains,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And it's more of an adult anime.
My Villain
Uh,
Academia.
my villain, yeah.
My Villain
And it's
Academia.
more of an
Yeah.
adult anime though,
Okay. Okay.
especially with the themes and stuff. And it's not bad, honestly. It gets very violent and ridiculous, but it is also like very grounded at the same time, which is a very oxymoron combination of words I just strung together.
Sure.
But the animation style kind of makes it look like it's popping straight out of a manga almost.
Hmm.
Like if the Boondocks was turned into a manga.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um but it's got great voiceover acting in it. Um the powers are cool, and the I don't quite know what the story is going to be yet because I'm only a few episodes in, but it's all about the main character trying to rehabilitate himself after getting out of a super max prison that's meant to hold villains and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Okay.
And he's kind of on this crossroad of, does he just want to lead a normal ex-life convict, ex convict life, or does he want to go back to doing the shit that he used to do? You know what I'm
Sure.
saying?
Okay. Okay.
So it's
Um.
not bad so far, and that's on Netflix. And it's got an 8 out of 10 from IGN as well.
Oh. Okay.
And
Okay.
for Google reviews, it's got a 96%. So
Oh wow, that's high for Google review. Honestly.
yeah, I'm
Um.
saying check it out. It's pretty good. I think there's like 12, maybe 13 episodes in total. I'm on episode 3 or 4. Yeah. It just came out on the 25th of November.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Fuck yeah,
yeah.
dude. Fuck yeah.
Um, Now, for my next thing, I took Garrick's advice and I got Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, you did. Tell us about it, Devin.
I am on chapter 8. Garrick told me I'm already further than him.
Yeah.
And
Yes, you are.
I'm very disappointed that this game wasn't up for Game of the Year um, for the Video Game Awards, because boy, is this game so far a 9 out of 10. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's superb.
Yeah. Yeah.
The storytelling level is pretty much on the same um, level as Spider-Man for me. Like, I get that same feeling, that same like serotonin burst. Everything is fun. The movement is great. The world building is great. The skybox, the story, the humor, the combat's fun. The combat is actually very reminiscent of like a Final Fantasy 15 or Final Fantasy 7, action based combat, um, where you have a party and you can pick separate abilities for them all to do things, and all their abilities can be cohesive with each other and kind of interact to like stagger enemies differently, you know. And there's elemental effects too. There's like right now I have lightning and ice, so I can freeze enemies and shock enemies and stuff like that. It's really cool. Definitely worth checking out. The story has nothing to do with the MCU at all, which is really cool because it's definitely set in its own universe and it's its own thing. And there's a lot of lore and backstory on how everybody got to where they are. So they're already an established Guardians of the Galaxy. You're
Okay.
not putting them
Okay.
together. They're already established within the world. Um, like there's some big things in there that you hear the characters talk about that like you have a little bit of knowledge about from the MCU, but how everything happened differently in their universe, you know.
Okay. Okay.
So but it's a fantastic game. Um this game deserves more attention, and I recommend everybody go try it out.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. I mean, like
Mhm.
I've heard so many wonderful things about this game, like from like a
Mm,
variety of different people, just like over time. Like Andy Cortez from Kind of
cool.
Funny loved this fucking game. He was talking like very deeply about how good, not just the soundtrack of it is, but just like the way that the animated like the characters so that the emote in
Mhm.
a way that like feels realistic. Like basically everything that I've heard from everybody is that the game is so fucking good, and the only thing that sort of falls short is the combat, and that's it. Everything else is
And it's
phenomenal.
not even bad. It's
Yeah,
not. It's actually fluid. It gets slightly repetitive because action combat games just do,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
But it's fluid and works really well. I just want to touch on Super Crooks. One detail I forgot to uh, put in there is
Sure.
Mark Miller is one of the writers.
And he is writer for what? What
I
else?
believe he did Batman for DC.
What? Hold on, Mark Miller.
Yeah, Mark Miller, comic writer.
Scottish comic book writer. He did The Authority,
He's done a
Swamp
lot.
Thing, The Ultimates, Marvel Knights, Spider Man. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Kingsman. Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
is one of the original writers. It's like an American Japanese cross like effort. It's really cool.
Okay, okay. That's tight. That's super tight. Someone being on something like
Yeah,
that. That's
I
so
think
sick.
he also worked on Sin City as well. I
Oh
want to say
well, I mean, Sin City was what's his face?
Frank Miller.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's written a bunch of stuff. He did the Rogue Trooper.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, dude.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
He did the Sonic comic books, all of them.
Oh, dude. Yeah, this sounds fun. This sounds fun. I'm glad you
Yeah.
have it sold on Mike, like, cause I feel like that's right up his alley. Like, you
Dude,
know,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
That's
it's really good. And like if it tells you anything, he's written for Batman, he's written for The Flash, Superman, Aquaman. He's done he did Civil War number 1 through 7 of 2006 to 2007. So he did that original Civil War as well.
right,
Um
right.
yeah, so it's yeah. He also did Ultimate X-Men.
Oh, dude.
So,
Oh, that's a good run. That's a good run. Um,
yeah. So just to back up the writing.
sure, sure. That makes sense, dude. That makes sense.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
But yeah, what about you, man?
yeah, so I didn't really get a chance to dive too deeply on it last weekend, but I wanted to double over and come back to touch on Hellbound. So Hellbound is a one season so far show on Netflix, a
Mhm.
Korean horror show that
Mhm.
talks about um weird religious aspects because the concept of the show is that one day someone had a giant face pop out of the air and tell them blah 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 you person name are going on this date at this time you are bound for hell. And they're like, what the fuck was that about? And it's this giant head, it's a massive head like that pops out of the
Mhm.
fucking air. And then on that date and time three massive hulking beasts come out of thin air, beat the absolute shit out of this person, and then they essentially effectively suck their soul out of their body and burn the person's body to fucking ashes. And it is one of the weirdest kind of cool fucking concepts I've seen out of a Netflix like piece of Korean content so far. I have a couple little caveats as far as like the creature design of the three like hulking beasts that like come out of nowhere. I think they could have been made to look a little bit cooler. But the overall aspect of the show is that like this happens and people start finding out, so they think that this is God trying to punish people for sinning. And there's this
Mhm.
weird, like, sort of like evangelist, like cultist group that is trying to push that agenda. Like, this is your fault. You're a sinner. You're a sinner. This is God taking your life and putting you where you need to be. And eventually, one of these events of the three monsters coming out, like a person sees the face tells them when they're going to die. They call it a decree. And then when the creatures come out to take their soul, they call it a demonstration. And one of these demonstrations get broadcasted live on Korean television everywhere for everyone to see around the entire world. So when they see that, this cultist group now becomes this sort of like dictator group, where like the chairman, the lead person of this like group, now is being treated like a messiah because he's the only one who's been telling people this is because you're sinning. And they didn't believe him at first. They thought he was out of his mind. And then this happens, and now everyone believes him. So he's now a messiah, basically. And there's a bunch of people that like think this dude's whacked out of his mind still, and are trying to figure out why this is happening. So it's a very interesting story. I very much recommend it for anyone that has been enjoying the Korean horror content over the past couple of years. I think it's a good watch. It has a lot of the same production level that we've been seeing from like the Korean horror side of things. It's a little bit closer to hashtag alive than it is Train to Busan. So it's not quite at a massive production level, but it's still pretty good. And I highly recommend if you're into the Korean horror. Go ahead.
The last Korean horror I watched, it's based off of a webtoon. It's called Sweet Home.
Yeah, dude, I still need to watch that. I still need to watch it. I've been wanting to, because I've been wanting to watch Sweet Home. I've been wanting to watch My Name. And those are two that I'm like honestly probably going to eyeball like next, because I've heard Sweet Home is phenomenal. I've heard it's really
one
really
other
good.
thing. I haven't dived into it a lot because it's still releasing episodes. There's only 3 right now.
Sure.
It's an anime, but I know this will pique your interest. It's called Platinum End, and it's from the same writers as Death Note. And there's 13 people around the world who are chosen to be god candidates to be the next god. And they're given angel powers, but only one can be god. And they all have like a special rank angel that's assisting them and showing them how to be one.
Well, you said only one of them could be Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
God, right? Yeah, Nicolas Cage. Yeah. Only one of them can be Nick Cage. Yeah, of course. Specifically, National Treasure, Nicolas Cage. Yeah, because he is obviously God. Yeah,
but it's from the same creators as Death Note, so it's worth watching.
Okay,
so
sure. Yeah, that's fair. So now the other one that I want to talk about, Devin, is actually going to be a little bit weird here, and I need you to just entertain this. All right, I got Xbox Game Pass. I have an Xbox Series S now. I have now been divulging in the entire Xbox Game Pass suite that I possibly can, and kind of thinking of games that I can just sort of knock out that I never really got a chance to play. One of those things is Spiritfarer. Like, I only played like 10 minutes of it, but I'm gonna try to dive into it deep later. I played a little bit of the Medium. I got to dive into that a little bit later too. But the one that I picked up, that I downloaded, that caught my attention the most right off the bat, was one Ryse, Son of Rome.
Oh, yeah.
I never played this game. I heard it was a fun game. I heard it was cool. And I don't want to dive too deep because this is obviously an older game. For anyone that has played this game, you know it's a fucking old, because this was an Xbox One launch game, right? So it's like, yeah. I am so happy I'm playing this game because now I'm seeing that Ryse, Son of Rome walked so that God of War could sprint. And it is like you can see Ryse, Son of Rome being like the inspiration for so many games that came out after Ryse did, and it's so fucking funny, dude. Vandal says it was an Xbone graphical showcase game, dude. It looks great. It looks really good.
Think about it this way: that game came out like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And it got stepped on.
Yeah, it got really bad reviews at first, dude. Like,
yeah, it got stepped on.
Now, granted,
and you want to know why? Because everybody hated the Xbox One when it first launched.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah.
Like, the Xbox One was kind of not
Yeah.
that great, but it's a fun game. It's a fun game. Like I can see like it's not without its faults. Like it definitely like the
Mhm.
combos and stuff look fucking sick for the first like 20 minutes, but then when you start to realize it's just the same combo kills every fucking
Mhm.
time, basically the same like five that you're just rotating,
Mhm.
it eventually gets like not quite as cool, but it's dope that like you're basically playing like 300. It's like
Yeah.
it's fucking cool. It's fucking like and as someone who, I don't know if you knew this, or I know some people who know me know this. I'm a massive 300 fan. That movie was one of my fucking favorite movies of all time. I actually had a bet with a friend in high school that I could not watch it 300 times. I could not watch 300 times by the time we graduated high school. And I got to
Did you win?
245 and I was like, I can't. I can't.
Hey.
My brother kept me accountable. He's like, you have to watch it every day. I'm gonna make sure you watch it every day. And I did. And I got to like, I think it was like March of that year. And I was like, I fucking can't, dude. I'm losing my fucking mind watching this every goddamn
Yeah.
day. Yeah, it was like, holy shit, dude. But I love that
Some would
movie.
say that 300 is the last good Zack Snyder movie.
Some would say that, some meaning Devin, and you'd be fucking wrong because Army of Thieves was really good and Army of the Dead
Oh,
was
yeah,
really
well,
good,
okay, I'll give it.
and and
Army of
and
Thieves was good.
and the
Army of
Snyder
Thieves
cut
was
was
good. Army of
okay.
the Dead sucked. The Snyder cut was bleh.
Oh my god, I
Batman
hate
versus
you.
Superman
I
was bleh.
fucking hate you so much. You're disgusting. Devin, why are you so toxic? That's what I want to talk about. Why are you so
No,
toxic?
I'm not being toxic. This is
Why
just
are
my
you
honest
toxic?
opinion.
You know what I'm saying? Even Mike in the chat. Who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? You know
Someone
what I
who
mean?
likes good content.
No, it's someone that needs a McChicken.
Yes.
Anyways, I just wanted to briefly talk about Ryse and briefly talk about how I'm kind of going through a little bit of a sort of like absent backlog where like I'm trying to go through like some Army of Dead was boring. Army of Thieves was great.
Exactly,
God
Larry.
damn it. Army of Dead was fun.
Exactly.
I've
Army of the
had it
Dead
with y'all.
sucked.
I've had it with y'all.
It had no consistency. It's like
Ah, it
why
wasn't
the
meant to
fuck
be
are
fucking
zombies'
kiss.
heads like
Ah.
electrified and like steaming and burning up now?
They're
Like
they're
why is that
they're
happening?
going to explain it in the sequel to Army of the Dead, one Army of the Dead 2. And I will be watching that. I will be watching Snyder give it to us.
Hopefully it's
Give it to
better.
us.
Hopefully it's better. Hopefully Snyder's just a fucking producer and his wife isn't the producer this time.
I
And
dog.
hopefully they get a director that can actually do the movie. Like have Sam Raimi do it or something.
Oh my
If you
God.
want
Oh,
there to be
please
like
don't.
weird humor in a
Please
zombie
don't.
movie.
I don't need any more Sam Raimi in this world. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
it's better
Like,
than Zack Snyder nowadays.
I mean, arguably,
I mean,
Sam. Yes, Mike. I do like Dungeons and Dragons. I do. I don't know if Devin, were you ever a TTRPG guy? Did you ever
Yeah.
do like D&D campaigns?
Yeah, I played 5th edition, did 2 campaigns, and I also did a campaign of Star Wars.
God damn, boy. I love us. I love us so much. God damn. Anyways, I've been going through backlog stuff on Game Pass. I'll be updating you guys as we go along and kind of give you guys thoughts on some older games. Next up that I have on my list is The Medium. I'm hoping to get into that. Yes, Larry, goes that D20, baby. Goes that D20. Let's fucking go. Anyways, guys, we are now going to move into that's what it sounds like. And today, for the Gallows guys, we are talking, are theaters dying? Chat, we want your opinions. Let us know what your thoughts are as we have this sort of open forum conversation here. The reason that we're bringing this up, we loosely talked about this in a prior episode earlier this year. And the big question was the state of theaters in the middle of the pandemic versus the state of theaters now is kind of what we're looking at this point. We have seen in 2021 big changes in how movies are rolled out, to how movies are going to roll out going forward. We saw movies like Kong versus Godzilla, Mortal Kombat, Dune, all roll out day one onto streaming services. And we've seen other movies refuse to do so. We now see Disney doing a thing where they have a movie come out in theaters, and now they have it come out 45 days later. We have also seen them do day one with Black Widow. Did not have good results, unfortunately. Scarlett Johansson was pissed, you know what I'm saying? She's like, listen, I can't play as a Japanese character if you guys don't pay me the money.
Hey, there's a story that came out, and man, you got to stand up for yourself, okay?
Oh yeah, you do have to stand up for yourself, Scarlett. Yeah, you do. When you're playing General Kusanagi, you definitely have to stand up for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike says, yeah, I'd say they are, but I wish they weren't. Devin, let's bang this out, my dude. In the state that we're in right now with what movies are doing, where we are currently December 2021, after we've seen all this year of how movies are handled, what do you think we're going to see going forward?
Well, just to start off, since March 2020, 23% of movie theaters in the US have permanently closed.
Yes.
So that's just in about a year and a half. So a little over. I like theaters. I do, but the accessibility is just not there.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of people who need subtitles in order to watch movies. There's some people who can't go to movie theaters.
Yeah.
Movie theaters have handicap spots, but they're really not that accommodating.
Handy cop.
Handicap.
Handy cop.
None of them are. I'm sorry, guys.
Handy cop. What? Fucking. That's Inspector Gadget. That's all that is. Handy cop. Yes.
I forgot about Inspector Gadget. Shit.
Inspector Gadget.
I used to love that when I was a kid.
So
honestly.
fucking good. So fucking good. Anyways, not to derail.
But
Continue.
like they're not that accommodating, to handicap people. I like being able to watch movies from home. I like not spending $40 every time I go to the movie theater, but I do like going to the movies when it's a big Marvel movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think the option needs to be there. If you don't want it to be free to stream, make it available for $20.
Yeah,
let somebody have
exactly.
access to it for 48 hours. You still make your money.
Yeah.
On average, there'll be probably 2 to 4 people watching it, but it'll be in their own experience, not at a movie theater where a movie theater needs to take a cut.
Yeah.
Are theaters dying? I don't want to say they are, but the statistics show that they are.
Yeah.
I feel like it was happening a little bit before the pandemic even happened, personally, with the rise of all the streaming services we have and the dedicated content for that, like Netflix and Hulu, and now we got Paramount Plus, and we have Apple TV, and we have HBO Max, and the list goes on.
Don't sleep on Peacock, baby. Don't sleep on Peacock.
Yeah, Drew Peacock. But yeah, it's just all out there. And even a lot of like known movies are taking series format now. We just saw it with Chucky. Chucky just did a full season. I just finished that last night.
Yeah.
We have Marvel doing all the Disney Plus content. Same with Star Wars doing all the Disney Plus content. Like they're finding ways to pull people more into their streaming services than they are to just putting out movies on content or shows on networks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like the same thing can be said about network TV. Is network TV dying? Kind of. Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. I would argue that network TV is gonna fall before theaters do. Honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't want theaters to go away, but I don't want there to be a fight over streaming platforms having the accessibility to watch, movies from home.
Yeah.
Or at least like make it a 2-week difference or something, not fucking 6 months.
Right. Yeah. Van in the chat down with $30 popcorn and fizz drink. That's facts. That's fair. Yeah. No, it's interesting because I'm on similar boat as you. I'm also kind of like in an opposing side of things where it's like I really love the theater experience. I like like theater showings was something that I never really had like as a kid. And so when I got older and I was able to more readily be able to just go to theater when we moved here, I was 16, 17 years old. I can just go see a fucking movie with my friends if I wanted to. We skipped school to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Chuck. That was our school security guard. He, um, but I once I did start going to theaters like more proactively, I started realizing how much I actually enjoyed that experience, and I do really really like it. As an adult with unilateral hearing loss, your talk about accessibility is very true. As someone that has had to do things like the subtitles glasses that you have to get like special ask for at the front desk. I've tried those. I've tried the hearing like amplifiers. I've tried those. They're not that accessible because you have to have this clunky little box with you. You plug in like the headset that they give to you. You can't just have whatever one that you want. The glasses like are this weird wraparound thing with like two giant things on the sides that like cover that space, like so you can't really see things like side to side. You have to turn your whole head. It's just a super inconvenient experience, and like to me it's shocking that they haven't found better ways. At the same time too, it's like they can't because people aren't going to theaters anymore.
I feel like I have a solution for that for theaters.
I do
Is
too. I have a couple ideas.
what if they just, with an app on your phone, you can use headphones through the movie to get the movie audio?
You can do an app on your phone. You could do what they call like in like an invisible ink sort of thing where like they
Yeah.
give you a pair of glasses that you're the only one that can see the subtitles on the screen. There's things like, well, one of the only cool things that they have done accessibility wise is like people that have the implant for their hearing. They do have a thing now where you can plug in that little box to the direct implant, so it's a little bit, you can actually hear it directly, and that's cool. But when it comes to anything else like outside of that, it's like theaters just are not very accessibility friendly, unfortunately. They have handicapped seating, but that's like as far as really as they go. And then Vano says that'll just mark up higher, further pushing away customers. And yeah, sure, to an extent. And you know, obviously the economics of that is something that's way beyond our heads. But just to throw ideas out there, there are ways to go about it. There are ways to go about it, and who knows? Maybe there's ways to find a solution to that doesn't mark up the price of those things. But granted, because theaters are theaters, they're going to find excuses to mark up the things anyways, no matter what. It's like, then the question is, would something like that actually mark up further, like justifiably, or they just mark it up because it's like, oh, we're doing something, we're offering you an extra step to this, we're just gonna charge you anyways, because like it doesn't charge, like they don't charge for using these things like the boxes and stuff like that, because legally they're not allowed to mark up on those things. They're not allowed to charge for those things because of an accessibility law that is countrywide. But if there's anything, that's a big fucking lockout that they have to have with people that can't go see movies at all because they need accessibility issues, or they need accessibility to see the movies. On top of that, though, the theater dynamic is just different now. And I think that a lot of that is because not that many people go. I think a big part of that is the unfortunate shooting that happened many years ago in Aurora, Colorado. I think that impacted a little bit too. Actually, not even just a little. I think that might have been a bigger impact than we
Well, there
even
was
think
a
that it did.
stigma to see Batman movies or superheroes after that. There was for a couple years.
Well, and then on
You
top of
know?
that, just a stigma to go see theaters because people were fucking horrified that there would be copycats. And it's just, like, I get it. It's justified. I understand that. I'm sure that was a big step towards this, like, theater, like, decline. The price, Vandal's point, the price of theater tickets, the price of food in theaters, like, is just absurd. Like, it's absurd. The fact, like, I can go to Winco, Devin, and buy a $3 box of popcorn and get 5 times, 6, 7 times the amount of popcorn for the same price you pay in theaters. And like that, at that point, it's just like you're paying that much money for the novelty of having popcorn at a theater. And that's kind of just like it. That's it. And I think they know that because I've noticed that like the past like 5-10 years I've been going to theaters, I've noticed that there's a big decline in how often they check people for like stuff. So it's like they don't care now if people bring food from outside, as long as it's not like visible. They can't say shit about it. And I think that's a big part of it too. Like it's the theater dynamics is weird, dude.
I
Now,
just bring a whole ass microwave with me so I can make my popcorn just right there inside, But like, I mean, I've been doing that for a while. We all know about that Dollar Tree.
that Dollar Tree visit. Let's go.
Yeah. You get like 6 things of candy, and you wear your big jacket, so and you're like, oh wait, I'm a hoodie. Okay, this won't be too visible if I put it right here. I can put something in my back pocket.
And they're like, sir, what's in your jacket? And you're like, bro, did you just touch my dick? And they're like, what the fuck? And you're like, bro, he just tried to touch my dick. And then you start making a scene, right? And they're like, oh, sir, we'll just give you free movie tickets for the rest of the year. And you're like, you better, because he just tried to touch my dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you ever do that?
No, but you did. I could tell.
About 8 times, actually. About 8 times. Vandal in chat says, I'm 31 goddamn years old, and I have vivid memories of me and my mama hitting the dollar store before going to movies. Let's go. Yeah, that Dollar
That's
Tree
how you do it, man.
Man, y'all ain't lived till you snuck in a homemade burgers and beer.
No. Here's the thing. I've totally brought like a sandwich from home to a movie before.
Dog, listen.
I've done that a couple times.
Listen,
I may not have snuck in beer, but I've definitely done whiskey in a flask.
Dog, check this out, right? Okay. I need you to not snitch on me, guys. Chat, be cool. Be cool, chat. Be cool, okay? In high school, one Iron Man came out. And on opening day, me and my friends skipped half of our school day to go see Iron Man in theaters. And we stopped by Popeyes. And we brought Popeyes. We stuck Popeyes in the movie theaters. Because Popeyes is fire. Popeyes is fire. So if you're ever looking for a good movie theater snack, Popeyes is the way to go. You absolutely need that Popeyes chicken sandwich, because that shit is one of the best things I've ever put in my mouth.
You're like, what's her name from fucking Scary Movie, just out there eating drumsticks in the front of a
dog
theater,
I had a fat box of like chicken tenders. Like I got the biscuits and shit. Damn, bring your own bucket.
Bring
BYOB.
your own bucket. BYOB.
Mike says concessions are the main part of everyday revenue for theaters. Yes, that is true.
Yes.
That is true. Like
I will say this though, there was a point where it got astronomically high. Like I remember going to the theater and just being like, large popcorn for $13.
Well, it was even 18 at some point. There was a point where it
Really?
hit fucking $18 at the Clackamas Town Center Theater, dog. It was real fucking expensive at one point. Do you remember when you and I went to go see Fast?
Went to go see popcorns Fast. Were like $5.
It was like $5 fucking dollars, and we were seeing at like regular showing time. Oh, fucking pandemic, dog. The things that it did for us to make up for all the fucking terrible things it did over the past couple of years.
The large popcorns at Clackamas now are like $7.
Yeah, they're like $7, $8. Yeah.
Which I'll pay that. I'll pay that for a big ass bucket of popcorn that most of the time I won't finish.
Yeah, dude, I fucking $18 right around the the beginning of Phase 3 Marvel era. Dude, it was absurd. Ernell saw it when we saw it at the mall. Popcorn was literally $16.50 plus tax. Dog, it was bad.
Yeah, it
was bad. It's been bad. Like popcorn prices are so fucking absurd, which is why I always say, like, you know, be careful about the popcorn shit. Be careful about the drink shit. If you have the option to hit that Dollar Tree and get that sneaky sneak on, y'all. Listen, I'm not saying that you should stiff the theater industry, but you should stiff the theater industry when it comes to your snackage, baby. Let's go. It's candy $11. No.
What I do, I go to that one Cajun Grill, and I eat there before I see the movie.
That Cajun Grill's pretty fire. It's pretty fire, yeah.
And then when I go into the movie, I will buy a drink and maybe a medium popcorn.
Yeah,
That's how
just
I
get a
go
little
now.
guy. Just get a little guy. Just enough for you to
That's how
feel
I do it
good.
now
You can
because
snack
I
on.
like the experience of popcorn
Mm-hmm.
and a nice fizzy drink
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with my movie.
Especially
The
because for the
problem
first
is,
10 minutes of trailers, you just see nothing but popcorn and fucking drink advertisements in the beginning.
yeah, and the problem is though that large drink is never enough to last a whole 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, you have to be real cautious about it. Real cautious
So
about it.
that's when you bring out the whiskey, right?
And you get plastered for the post-credit
Yeah.
scenes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And then you yell stuff like, "Whoa!"
The last interesting thing that I want to talk about in this conversation is like, obviously we're both saying that like eventually, yeah, it kind of feels like theaters are going to die. But there is also the additive thing of like, can Disney single-handedly keep that from happening very soon because of Marvel? Because like we see Spider-Man had some of the highest fucking ticket sales in the pre-sales ever, period, ever. Like, could something like that potentially stimulate theaters to staying alive like for a
Absolutely.
really long time? Like, could it keep them from dying at all, you think? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Um, I think it can stimulate theaters enough. I feel like Disney is the main pusher of theatrical content lately. You know, between all their remakes that they've been doing, between the new movies they've been doing, the new Pixar stuff, the slew of Marvel content that's coming out. Um, Not only that, Star Wars, they have plans to make a bunch more Star Wars movies. They're just having some issues getting some writers and directors to work together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But you know, I mean, it's debatable. Are we going to see it die a little more? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Before
could
that
see
ever
us losing
happens.
like yeah, I could see us losing another like 10 to 15% of theaters within the next year and a half or so. Because realistically we have Spider-Man coming out and then we're not going to have any other Marvel movies for like 4 or 5 months. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it's still going to be a steady decline. I think this will give a nice little bump, but like we don't really have a whole lot else. I mean, we have the Matrix coming out, but like dare I say that I think the Matrix is going to be overshadowed a lot by Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's kind of why they picked the release date that they did because they're it's releasing on a fucking Wednesday, dude. It's random fucking day.
Yeah.
Like they're not doing it on
And
regular
on
Friday
HBO
viewing.
Max.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. Like I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool though. I think the thing is though is I think they are knowing that Matrix can't compete with Spider-Man, and that's why they're
Mhm.
handling its rollout the way that they are. So like I don't think they're doing Matrix
Mhm.
4 to make a ton of fucking money. I think they just
Yeah.
know that like they're wanting to fan service a bit, and you can kind of see that in the trailers. And I can
Yeah.
appreciate them doing that. But that's kind of the point, right? That's kind of the point.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do know there's been a lot of talk of Keanu in MCU now. And like he's publicly come out and he's like, I would be honored to be a part of the MCU. Like he's publicly come out and said that now and
You're
stuff. So
breathtaking.
it's like I almost feel like they're taking advantage of this in a sense. And Keanu's like, no, MCU, pick me up. I don't hate you guys. Pick me up. I don't care that movies
Yeah.
are coming out at the same time. He's like, let me be Ghost Rider.
Yep, dog. I want him in the MCU so bad, dog. I want him in the MCU so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god, we need
On
it.
on the subject of that, because this is all theater based, because we're talking about movies, folks.
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, who do you think he should be in the MCU?
Oh, literally, Mike asking that in the chat right now. Who would Keanu be best as in the MCU? Um, I think, I think he'd be a cool fit for Ghost Rider. I think there's someone better. I also think he'd be pretty cool as an X-Men.
Yeah.
Like I think he could fit very well as one of the X-Men. I don't think he'd be one of the main ones, but I think he would be one of the cool like side X-Men. That would be
Gambit.
dope. Gambit. I don't know if he has to look for Gambit
Yeah.
because Gambit's like pretty
Yeah.
young. Gambit's pretty young. I would
That's
maybe
true.
argue Keanu Reeves could be a good Silver Surfer.
Ooh, actually, Keanu Reeves is Silver Surfer. That's a good one.
He's got a good voice.
I was
for
almost gonna
that.
say like I was almost gonna say like Old Man Cyclops.
Old Man Cyclops. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Mike says Keanu could be a good like old Ghost Rider passing the torch. Yeah, he would be. I think that'd be good. I think he'd be a good Ghost Rider. There's also
What
talk about
villain
Norman
could he be?
Reedus being Ghost
Yeah.
Rider though, and that would be a pretty cool like little thing that
I
they
mean,
could
it's
do
on
too.
brand for him, right?
Yeah,
You give him a leather
very much
jacket
so.
and a motorcycle.
He's Ghost
you know?
Rider already. He just needs to yell a
Yeah,
lot.
exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, it would go in line with the way that they cast characters. You know,
Yeah, it would make sense.
it's
It
like
makes sense.
that person's already that person. We don't need to make somebody into that person. You know.
Yeah.
But is there a villain you could see him play?
I'd have to dig into it a little bit deeper because the Marvel's current like Marvel situation or
Keanu
Marvel's
can't be a villain.
can I get no
Anybody can
that's
be a
fair.
villain.
I mean, let's be real. Keanu would not make a good villain. I don't like he's
Yeah.
Keanu's an interesting situation. I don't want to dive into this too much because we're coming to the end of the show here, and obviously it's only
Because he's
very
breathtaking.
lightly. Yeah, he's breathtaking. Keanu's a very interesting actor because to me, he kind of has that Will Smith effect where he just plays the same fucking dude in every single character he's playing as, but because we love it, like who he is as a person fundamentally so much, it just works. No matter what, we're just fucking here for it. Will Smith is the same dude in I Am Legend, the same dude in Hancock as he is in Men in Black, as he was in fucking Fresh Prince. Like he's the same fucking personality no matter what. And
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves is the same thing. I think the only person Keanu Reeves has played that was ever at all different is his character in the old rocker movies. Help me, Devin. They just did
The
they
old
just did
rocker
a they just did a
movies?
reboot.
What?
What's
I don't know what you're talking about,
God
sir.
damn it, you're gonna fuck me up. And then what I'm gonna say, you're gonna think that
Bill and Ted. Oh,
you
Bill and
fucking
Ted.
moron.
Okay.
Damn,
I'm the moron. You're the one that brought it up.
I love you.
Rocker
Yeah, no.
movie. Rocker movie.
I can thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. I don't even think that was a good. I didn't even think you did a good description. I am the moron.
Who do you think Will Smith would be?
Nobody
in the MCU.
I don't think Will Smith has any fucking business being in the MCU at all.
Yeah.
No, hard pass. I would take fucking Sean Penn before I take Will Smith in the MCU.
Okay, Sean Penn was fantastic in Star Trek.
You're like, yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad.
No, I could see Sean Penn being like another like since they don't have shield anymore and it's sword, I could see him being like a sword scientist.
That'd be pretty cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I can see that. Just
Yeah,
like
where's our X-Files TV series of Jimmy Woo?
just like we are also pretty cool, I guess you could say, besides rocker movies. Thank you, Vandal, for giving me that. I deserve the shit. You guys give me shit in the chat. That's fine. Our schedule for next week on Tuesday, we're back with another good Kraken podcast. We are doing our 2021 Game Awards predictions. Where on this past Tuesday, we talked about who Good Kraken's Game of the Year was, and all of our choices as Good Kraken. We're not going to talk about who we think is going to win. And we're going to be doing it points based, and every correct prediction that each of us gets, going to be me, Devin, and Garrick, will earn us 10 points. Whoever the two losers are is going to have to gift subscriptions to 2 subscriptions each to the guys in our chat. That's what we're going to be doing. And so that is going to be followed up by on that following Saturday, which I'll get to in a second. On Wednesday, Devin is back with more Halo Infinite. If you want to play with Devin, you need to hit us up.
Yes, message me.
Yes, give him a
Any
message.
outlet. Any outlet, just message me.
Just hit them up. We are down for big team. We have room for 12 fucking people, baby. Let's do it. Thursday, we are doing another Shipwreck Show live recording. And that is going to be a good one, but that is exclusive to our patrons. So go to patreon.com/GoodKraken Good Kraken show. I'm going to drop that there.
/ Good Kraken. That is
Patreon. There you go. You guys can hit that there. Please support us over there if you want exclusive access to content. On Friday, we are doing Splash Damage, another multiplayer run with a game that has just recently come out onto Game Pass called Rubber Bandits. Thank you, Vandal. Give us that flesh command. Yeah.
flesh.
Yes, Splash Damage. We're playing Rubber Bandits. It's gonna be
Flesh
me.
damage.
Flesh damage. This is flesh damage. Flesh damage.
Flesh damage.
We're playing Rubber Bandits, okay? We're playing. That's all you need to fucking know. It's gonna be me. So far, we know it's gonna be me. Devin. I think Garrick is very much interested because he likes the look of this game. We might try to get Raven back in here. Let's try to get fucking Raven back in here. And then next Saturday, we're gonna be giving you guys the results of our predictions from Tuesday and finding out who actually won and who is the best Game Awards predictor. Finding out the winner and who is going to be given gifted subs to you guys in the chat, baby. That's next Saturday, our Game Awards rundown. Please, guys, let us know if you think theaters are dying, what you think the state of the theater world is like now and going to be going forward. Down in the comments below. Let us know at Twitter. You can find us there, Good Kraken Show, everywhere, all over the place. Find us, let us know. In the meantime, guys, this has been the Good Kraken Podcast. Your choice for the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you wanted to hear. Live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m. Right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you enjoy the show, you can head on over to patreon.com/Good Kraken Show, where you can submit questions and topics to the show. Excuse me. Mike, giving us hype love. We love you, Mike. We love you. You can submit questions and topics to the show over there. You can get exclusive post-show content and have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services across the 7 seas. Yarg. You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel by clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching Good Kraken with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. We have a post show to go record, but until next time, my friends, be good to each other.